I just had an amazing astrological download that I had to share with you guys. Hi, my name is Ella Ivy, creator and founder of livzenastrology, where all is self, and as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything that's happening outside of us or comes across our field is synchronistic to show us what's actually happening inside of us. Thank you for connecting to the channel. This is what I call myself as a radical oneness practitioner, meaning that I do my best to see the oneness in everything, right? Where I am that, it is me, we are they, we're all connected somehow. And I got this amazing, incredible download today coming across this article I saw on a Facebook National Geographic page. And you know how when you read stuff and something just kind of, I call it the quickening, but you get a quickening of your spirit, of your heart, of something just like permeates truth. You don't know how or why or what it comes from, but it just feels good. It's like if you were an instrument and your note was played, your tune, your instrument was played really well, right? Like you just had this, you hit the perfect note. And to me, that's what truth sounds like. So when I come across something that has truth, that has the golden thread, the weave of truth embedded in it, then I feel it, right? It's like learning to tune into it. So I had just come off an amazing astrology download that I had today, and I shared it up on, you can check out the YouTube channel and also on my pages. But if I open the channel, it's like I just allowed the floodgates to come through, right? And right now with Mercury and Pisces, it's like the mind is thinking in metaphor. So as my mind is allowing, as I'm allowing myself to co-create, to express, to explore, everything that I know that comes into my field is for me, right? It's happening for me, and it's happening for my growth and for my understanding about what's happening cosmically. Because right now we have a lot of transpersonal planets that are changing signs and frequencies, going from Pisces to Aries. This is a culmination of planets together in this sequence of cycles that has never been seen before. And because it's in Aries, it's me. Aries is about beginning a new cycle, and Pisces is about ending a cycle. So we have ended with Neptune in Pisces and Saturn in Pisces. It's cycles upon cycles are ending, right? And a lot of the times, depending on what cycle you follow, whether it's the Kali Yuga or the precession of the equinoxes, most astrologers and astronomers agree that it's a 24,000 year precession from Aries to Pisces. So we're ending a 24,000 year cycle and beginning a whole new chapter which humanity has never seen. So the reason why I speak on these things is as these downloads or uploads come into your field, look at them. They're for you. They're showing you something about your consciousness that's emerging that maybe you've never seen before or seen in a new way. So allow yourself to be explorative, especially with Mars is still retrograde in Cancer. It's like going back to the heart of the child, seeing with eyes of wonderment and curiosity. And so today, long story getting into this download, I had this really cool download wonderment story concerning a seed. Okay, so National Geographic Facebook page, and I'll show this right here. This is what it looks like. You can see it. Did you know that the ancient Greeks discovered that carob seeds, Cartonia siliquia, always have the same weight, approximately 0.20 grams. There's the two, right? Balance, duality, polarity, light, dark, masculine, and feminine, the two, balance. Because of their consistent weight, they were used to measure precious metals and gemstones. They were the measure of, the Greeks called the carob seeds keraton, meaning little horn. When they traded with the Arabs, the word transformed into, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that word. The term then traveled to Italy, carato, then France, karat, and finally into English as carat in the 15th century. So 24 carat, right? It's talking about the purity. And it's so interesting to me that purity, to be something so pure means to be perfect, to be balanced in perfect harmony. And so that you take something like the seed that is in perfect harmony every time it's born. It's balanced in just its structure. It's a balanced geometry, and that's what we use to hold the weight, the measurement of what we value, right? So inherently, we have the seeds, the value of balance. It's already there. The only thing that's been out of balance or been out of tune, if you will, is where we have been in the precession of the equinoxes, the furthest away from the sun. So we've been in a disharmonious or unbalanced part of the universe, so we could only hear parts of the tones, and we can only distinguish distortion. So everything that we've been creating from the Kali Yuga phase up until now, this whole precession of the equinox, where we're moving into this new Aquarian phase, which is all about frequency, sound, and vibration, we're moving into a more harmonious phase of the cosmos, right? So if you just look at it in a very neutral way, which is Pisces right now, Mercury, it's thinking about things in oneness, in wholeness, in unity, right? This is the time to stand up and really practice that radical oneness, which is all is self. So if you know that right now we are moving from disharmony, from distortion, from only playing at half mass, if you will, or only playing with half of our orchestra, because we were furthest away from the sun, so we were furthest away from light, furthest away from data, furthest away from coherence. But we're coming back now, right? People are speaking, and what I can feel energetically is we're moving away from the Kali Yuga phase of the darkened part of our consciousness, where we forgot, where we lost the light because we couldn't see it because we were the farthest part away from it. But we're reemerging now, and a new seed point is here, especially with the astrological transits of the transpersonal planets of Neptune and of Uranus changing signs. So they're moving from water and earth into fire and air. So now we've got more of a yang, more of an energy, right? We've been out of balance with a lot of the darkened, ignorant parts of us, meaning the unknown. But now there's more light coming back into balance to bring us back into that balance. So why is this relevant to the download that I received today about the seed and this upcoming vernal equinox, or the spring equinox, happening March 20th and the 21st, depending on your time zone? Because that denotes, again, the equal balance of light and dark in the hemispheres. This is why our ancestors always denoted these special poignant times and our relationship to light and to the sun. And that's why we have so many ancient structures and monuments dedicated to this transition period. That means it's important. So we have an important seed point that's dropping. And if you look at the picture here, it looks like a snake, right? This is also the year of the wood snake, which is about transformations, shedding of the old skin. I'm even thinking the image I got was shedding of the old human, shedding of the old version of human, like 1.0, 2.9. Well, now it will always be in balance, but the higher octave of the balance will be emerging. So if you've been seeing snake symbols, which again, I see a snake as I'm looking at this seed point, which is just how my vision, I guess, is because, right, my, what's it called, reticular activating system, my RAS, is focused on these energies. And that's what I'm, again, choosing to see the synchronicities, choosing to see when something comes into my field, that is for me. And there's something there to be gleaned. There's a wisdom to be seen there if I'm open to it, if I choose to tune into it. And this is also what Saturn in Pisces is. It's denoting it's, hey, why don't you, upon your grand rising and right when you go to bed, connect to your higher self, connect to spirit, set intention for those tender time periods before you go into theta, because that's where you're programming yourself. So if you program yourself to have these downloads, these synchronicities, these aha moments, you're going to see them everywhere. And the new seed points are approaching. This is a very incredible, amazing time to be alive. And pay attention to what's going on around you. Tune into nature cycles, the true cycles of our nature, when our seeds are really dropping, when it's the most potent time to plant those seeds. So there's a lot of metaphors here, but it's all connected to how we grow, literally how we ascend. Just like the stalk and the branch will ascend through the trees and the flowers, we ascend our consciousness and our energy. But it's through awareness, it's through practice, it's through understanding that everything is already perfected, divine,